haven't detangled my hair in a while, so I thought it would be a great time to go over how to properly detangle very thick, fragile hair. I'll show you a method that wouldn't leave you frustrated and ready to pull out your hair. For highly textured hair, when it's dry, it feels extremely stiff. Every touch or minor movement easily causes breakage. It seems impossible to detangle in this state. So a rule of thumb when detangling your hair is to avoid doing it when it's dry and unstretched. It doesn't matter how gentle you are, you will experience a unnecessary amount of breakage. My hair right now is somewhat stretched, so it doesn't have as much tangles as it could have. In fact, I never let my hair get to that point. For my method, all you'll need are your fingers. Note that your nail polish doesn't always have to be on point, but you must make sure that your nails are filed and smooth at all times so it doesn't snag on any of your hair strands. Snags seem minor to the human eye, but on a magnified level, it causes major cuticle damage. Next, you'll need a liquid with an acidic pH. This way, your cuticles will not lift and will remain nice and flat. I usually use the Green Beauty pH Stabilizing Spritz, which has an acidic pH of 4. For those of you that have watched other Green Beauty videos, you've probably heard of all the remarkable benefits this super oil provides your hair. Using this oil to aid in your detangling efforts benefits you in many ways. First, it provides tons of slip, which makes it easier to free up knots. Second, it's one of the few oils that can penetrate deep into your cuticles, providing your hair with nutritional benefits inside and out. And third, its hydrophobic properties prohibits your hair from swelling up and soaking up too much water. If you want to learn more about this little trick, pause this video and click on this link that will take you to a great video that breaks this down in more detail. Also, you'll need a couple of clips to help with sectioning off your hair. And finally, you'll need a modified Denman brush. The most common one originally comes with about 7 rows of bristles. Removing every other row or modifying it will minimize the chance of your brush snagging on your hair. You know, I have to say that the worst part about being natural for me is detangling. You know, I love how thick and full my hair is, but I can imagine that it'll be a lot easier to deal with if my hair were less dense. Lightly spritz your dry tangled hair with an acidic liquid. Amongst other elements, your hair is made up of a network of hydrogen bonds between keratin proteins. These bonds are fairly weak and can be disturbed by the presence of any moisture. When your bonds are disturbed, your hair becomes very flexible and moldable, kind of like clay. I know the sight of your hair in a matted, dry state is scary, so the first thing you want to do is to drench it with water to make it more safe to move it. But you'll be surprised to know that it doesn't take much water to make your hair more movable. Drenching your hair with water makes it harder for the coconut oil to create slip and to penetrate your hair strands. So what you're looking to achieve here is damp hair. Lightly spritz your hair with the acidic liquid and wait about 30 to 60 seconds to give the hydrogen bonds time to weaken. It doesn't happen right away, so you don't have to drench your hair. Depending on the length and density of your hair, divide it up into 4 sections. Work with one section at a time. You may have to spritz that section one more time, then add the coconut oil. The use of a control tub application bottle makes this process a lot easier and neater. Again, depending on many factors like the length, density, and thickness of your hair, you may have to section off an even smaller piece to work with. Make sure to rub in the coconut oil and give it a minute to start penetrating and softening your hair. Also, check for major knots. If you don't see or feel any, start from the ends and gently detangle with your modified Denman brush. This method is great to do right before you wash your hair because the coconut oil also acts as a great pre-poo for your hair. Here's a link to a video that explains the science behind why that is. Once you're done detangling this section, put it in a twist. Make sure to start the twist about an inch or 2 away from your scalp and not to twist too tight. This way you don't have to unravel your twist when you shampoo your scalp. Also, this helps to make sure that the shampoo doesn't strip away this great oil you just added to your hair. Remember, you don't want squeaky clean hair, you want a squeaky clean scalp. If you do run into a major tangle, put down the brush or whatever tool you're using, add a bit more coconut oil to that spot, and use your fingers to delicately unravel the tangle. If you run across any single strand knots or any type of splits, it's best to snip it out to avoid causing any more damage on other strands. Just avoid getting scissor happy. Budget to cut out about 10 splits or knots per detangling session. Here's a link to a great video and everything you need to know about split ends. In this case, I have a single strand knot and splits on one strand, so that definitely has to come out. And that's all there is to it. What's so great about this is that once you're done, the coconut oil changes from a detangler to a pre-poo treatment. Just put on the processing cap for about 30 minutes, then you're ready to wash your scalp with your twist still in. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.